is gonna be playing.
Picasso, turn it off. What you doing? Okay, give me 1 second. Did it go off? Okay. Can you turn it off, Picasso?
Go off.
What did it just do?
It's off. I'll turn the music off.
Well, it's not this steady. I'm talking about this this countdown thing.
Oh, wait a minute. It shouldn't be on. Sorry about that. And we live, people. Hello.
What's up, you guys? This your girl Diamond Realist with Taylor Laundry Live and Uncut. This is the season finale of the Directors Industry Talk, starring Casey Lee Chanley, Lamar Bozeman, Mr. Preach, Director Snipes, Felicia Geecheeone Rivers, and Silk White. We have a lot of other different directors that will be on later on this episode. We is going to talk about a lot these next 2 hours. We're going to get into the educational world, get into the financial world, and how do they conduct on these sets. Mr. Casey, can you introduce yourself? Tell me where you're from and what you got going on and what films you need to be looking out for.
Hello, my name is Casey Lee Parker Cantley. I am an actor, writer, director, producer, promoter, adult entertainment manager, owner and CEO and founder of Crown Kink Fashion. Movies you need to be looking out for is My Husband Mistress 2. That's out on Tubi. A Very Dysfunctional Christmas dropping soon. Granny's Block, Killing My Name. There's a lot more.
Okay, brother. Let me ask a question. Where can they find you at if they need to locate you for your social media?
Casey Lee Parker on Facebook. I am Casey Lee One on Instagram, and Casey One Boss Backup on TikTok.
Okay, y'all go. Let's keep it going, people.
All right, Mr. Lamar.
Yo, I'm Lamar from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple movies that I wrote and produced alongside of my wife, Beyond the Cat. We are the owners of Family Affair Cinema. We just dropped a new psychological thriller a couple weeks ago. A couple days before Thanksgiving. It's called The Calling. That's out on Tubi right now. So if y'all want to go ahead and run them numbers up for me, I won't be mad at you. Then we also got our first movie we did called Love Pain. That's out there too. So make sure y'all check those out. And we always look for everyone to support us like we do. You know, we watch everybody's movie that come out, you know, with good, bad, or indifferent. You know, we always check them out just to show some love and support.
Okay, brother, let me ask you a quick question. Where can they find you at on social media?
Oh man, they can find me everywhere. No, I'm Big Bowls, _Bowls on Instagram, Lamar Bozeman on Facebook.
Okay.
Or y'all can just look up Family Affair Cinema on both social media. So,
okay.
Mr. Preach.
All right, how y'all doing? I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee. You know, I got to represent the M. Living in Atlanta right now. Been here about 10 years. Wrapping up filming my first feature film called Better Call Pops. So a movie about domestic violence, people that can't get out or won't get out, and they can call Pops and Pops will handle the situation. Presently, I got another talk show that's out on my YouTube channel. That channel is For Preach Entertainment. That show is called Behind the Mic. I have artists come on, comedians, singers, spoken word artists as they perform. I do interviews and I get all the way behind the mic. I'm also the founder of the Comedy Dream Team. I've got comedy specials on my YouTube channel, on my talk show, and also my skits. Very funny stuff. And you can catch my stuff. I see Snipes on here on Yada Vision TV too.
Okay, brother. And where can they find you at on social media?
My Instagram is the THE DJ Preach, like the DJ Preach. And my YouTube is for Preach Entertainment, all one word.
Okay, yeah.
Four, that's right.
All right, let's keep this going.
All right, Director Snipes.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Silk White, and I'm originally from New York, but I filmed in Atlanta. And I got about 15 to 16 movies on Tubi right now, and what y'all can look out for is Tears of a Hustler Part 3 is coming out. It'll be out December 8th, actually.
Okay. Okay, and brother, where can they find you out on social media?
Yeah, on Instagram it's Silk White 212. Facebook is just Silk White. YouTube is just Silk White, and that's pretty much it. And Facebook, I think I said Facebook, right? But yeah, everything is just pretty much Silk White.
Okay.
Director Snipes.
All right, I'm Director Snipes. Y'all hear me?
Yes, we can, sir.
Okay. I'm Director Snipes. I'm a distributor. We have YadaVisionTV.net. You can go in there and find us there. I write and direct. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I graduated out of Full Sail University, Master in Business Entertainment, PR, Public Relation Masters, Cinematography. I got a Bachelor's in Cinematography. I just sent Black and Bird the Anonymous Court movie. We franchised that and turned that into a series. We have Never Too Much, No Justice, A Star Is Born, Smoke and Mirrors, and a couple of more that'll be dropping around in the first quarter. Outside of that, you can find me on YadaVision TV on Instagram and Facebook, just my name, Kenyatta Snipes, and everything else, YadaVision TV. You can find me on that.
Okay, brother. All right. Definitely.
Okay, Miss
Keep this
Iesha.
going.
Hey, what's up? I keep getting kicked out. I don't know what's going on. But my name is Iesha Brown, and I'm from the BX. I always represent that. BX in the building.
That's right. Yeah.
But I got I just completed 4 movies, and Playing in My Face, Bishop Bling, Crooked Suits, Arrogant Bastard, and I'm waiting for those. You know, a few of them supposed to be coming up, but I'm not even saying no days because you know how Tubi be, and then you be looking crazy. So I'm just gonna wait till it come out and then I'll announce it. But I'm also going in production in January on this series that I had on YouTube that did good. But since I relocated, we it's called The Last Re of ATL 2.0. So we filming that in January.
Okay. Miss Iesha, where can they find you out on social media?
The director Iesha on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
Miss Felicia, Geecheeone.
Hey everybody, I'm Felicia Geecheeone Rivers. I have over 20 films on Tubi. We got movies everywhere, Peacock, CW now as well, all over the place. My latest films is Heartless Outlaws as well as Boyfriend Killers, and we're dropping a new movie on the 2nd, which is Rich Intent. So y'all check that out. All y'all, y'all don't know, I promote all y'all movies indirectly, directly, however, you know, because I'm also a social media content creator and I get paid by Facebook. So I promote y'all movies all day long. Unless you hit me up and be like, yo, I want this, and little fee, but I promote everybody's movies, direct. I do everything. I got a degree as well, mass communication, concentration, and public relations from Claflin, as well as an associate's in business management, as well as accounting and You know, I've been around before Tubi, actually.
Okay,
And
okay.
quick question, where can they find you out on social media?
My personal page is Felicia Geecheeone Rivers, and the business page is Geecheeone Films. And I don't really be on Instagram, but I be on Instagram, so it's like Geecheeone on Instagram as well.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's keep this going.
Do we got any more people that haven't did the introduction?
Okay, well then let that be my turn. It's your co-host, your boy Big Picasso, aka Dennis Picasso Cruz from New York City down here in GA. Now, folks, I come from the music industry, the adult entertainment industry, and now the movie industry. I am known in certain movies like The Committee 161. Also, as well as the series, I'm known in The Whore Next Door. I'm known in Playing in My Face. I'm known in Bishop Bling. I'm known in Crooked Suits. I'm known in a bunch of movies, but I'm here on the talk show. By the way, I got my own Joyo talk show going on called The Backyard. That will be coming soon. But I'm here live with y'all tonight on Tapes and Live. So let's go.
Okay, everybody knows me. My name is Diamond Realist. I am an actress beforehand. Now I'm deep diving into the directing world. I will be producing my first movie in March called The Fault Line. I've been in a few movies myself. I've been in The Gangster's Daughter 3. I've been in her Best Revenge. I've been in The Arrogant Bastard. I've been in The Housekeeper 2. Um I've been in All Queens Men as background. Oh, I've been in a lot of movies. Majority of my movies that ran this year, so I did a good run. So majority of all the movies will be available in 2026. So make sure y'all, tap in. Gangsta's Daughter 3 is my first movie that I've been in. I was Crazy Cousin Rita. I went viral 3.5 million on my first, go round, and we good to go. We finna get deep and dive into these questions. Okay. Give me a second. Let me see what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the director score question. What is the most painful creatively scored failure or mistake you have made on a set? And how did that moment fundamentally change the way you approach trust with your crew and collaborators, Mr. Casey?
Um, that's a good one. Having family be on set, because once you bring family on set, it's like, oh, they think you're, oh, I'm cousin P or whatever. No, cousin P, I'm the boss and you just the actor or whatever. So yeah, I would never work with family ever again.
Wow. Okay.
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 Mr. Lamar?
Oh man, that's a tough one for me because, like my man said, with family, it was a little bit different for me because Love Pain was my first movie, and it was a lot of people's first that came on with that, and the majority of them was family, and it did have its challenges, but the biggest mistake for me, I would say, uh, not really believing that I could actually direct my first movie. So I brought on some help, and then I end up having to direct my director. And so I ended up taking over my entire film like that. So yeah, it was one of
What?
them.
Oh my. Mr.
Yeah.
Preach?
I would say, as a first time filmmaker, just kind of maybe putting a little bit too much trust in other people and not really doing vision and then having to like kind of seeing it kind of go off about halfway through and then having to go and just kind of take over in a little bit harsher way because I wasn't going to lose the vision that I had on how I wanted it to go.
Okay.
Okay.
Director Snipes.
Well, my first mistake was putting the cast and the crew in the same room I had to learn to
Oh,
separate the cast and the crew. So like I don't have my cast and my crew that even socialize at all. Because once you start doing that, then the actor want to tell you how to move the cameras and all that. So I learned how to just separate the two. That was my hard.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting.
okay.
Yeah.
Miss Felicia.
Um, one of the things I would mention is I I've done so many films, and a lot of the films in the beginning, it used to be just really me, and I used to do everything, and I actually don't have a problem doing everything. I got sick on one set. I got sick because somebody didn't show up. So when somebody didn't show up, we're outside on the swamp giving people more lines, and it just took a little longer, and we're out there sweating to death. Finally came in, we did a couple scenes, and then my body just gave out. Like it was like we're dizzy, and I learned not just I just learned that some of these, I get it with the cast. I guess they don't care. Some of them don't care, and it was just like, don't you see the director dizzy? Um, Even right now, I have a young lady who just bashing me a little bit, and it's like, you've been in X amount of films of mine, but I've never been on the floor before. I've never said I was sick before. I've always been Felicia, go, 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 go. And the one time on this one set, I did get, I got sick. I got sick. My body broke down. You understand? And I've never been through that before. And as an actor, we are supposed to care for these people when they break down. But I guess as a director, which I didn't have an assistant director on that set. So overall, what I'm trying to say is now I do have an assistant with me just in case. You never know what happens. You never, and then you also have to talk to these actors because it's health comes first. So I do put that out there. Your safety, your health comes first. If we can't film, we can't film. It's about making sure we are all good, not just we're going to shoot, oh, my hair, my toes, my toes. No. But I'm sorry. That was my example of my trust.
Oh,
You
you're good.
good, you good. We in here, we want to expose it all. Like, people need to understand this film industry is very crucial and cutthroat. My third year going to acting, out of experience and seen a lot of shit. So we
You
got
mentioned
the top directors,
we've
huh?
also had actors on here explaining themselves on what they go through, and we want you producers to explain to us what you go through on your end. So
Like
please
all the
express
money
yourself.
investment, people doing no call, no shows. It's a lot of people, require deposits and don't do their job as a lead. It's a lot goes into these, this film situation. You know what I'm saying? Because again, y'all have made 15, 20 movies. You know what I'm saying? And invested millions of dollars in these films, and you still want your return of investment. Still fight with Tubi, still fight with Peacock, still fight with Hulu or whatever platforms y'all got y'all movies on, and it need to be talked about. But we gonna proceed to Mr. Thomas. What is the most painful, creatively scoring failure or mistake you made on a set? And how did that moment fundamentally change the way you approach trust with your crew and collaborators?
Uh, well, on my first film, of course, you try to use family and friends, and sometimes when you do that, it kind of messes up the project because they are thinking that they're going to be on red carpet and be in a big time motion picture. But you got to show up on time. You know what I'm saying? So if the set calls for 6 o'clock in the morning, whatever, you can't be like, then I'm going to be running late because I don't got no babysitter, or I was drunk the night before, or I'm saying my hair was this way, but last week though we shot it this way, but you cut it, So I just learned to just, you can still use family in like extra roles, whatever, but I mean, when you're doing these projects, whatever, I'm saying you could use people who really don't just want to be on camera, who just don't want to be on TV, but actually trying to build their craft, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Iesha?
What was the question? Because I got kicked out again. I didn't hear that.
Are you good? You good? I'm sorry. What is the most painful, creatively scorned failure or mistake you made on a set, and how did how did that moment fundamentally change the way you approach trust with your crew and collaborators?
Um, I don't know if it was a failure, but it was. I mean, when I first started, I was just more like running gun type, shooting like that, like guerrilla shooting. So I
Mm.
would shoot if I could shoot the elevators on corners, and that used to, that kind of put you in kind of danger. You and the cast, and I learned from that. I was shooting in red zones, hot zones, and just shooting in air, just shooting wherever I could shoot, and that's in the very beginning. I learned from that. You can't do that. You can't do that. You got to plan stuff out. If you got to pay for the location, pay for the location. Those are things I learned in the very beginning. You just can't shoot, anywhere just because, that's not how it works. You got to actually, book a spot, have somewhere to shoot. Because, like I said, it put the whole cast in danger, myself and the cast doing things. That's what I learned. That was my
Okay.
lesson.
Okay. Mr. Silk.
My biggest thing was learning how to deal with multiple personalities, because when you have your actors come in, everybody have different personalities, divas, these type of things. So, one bad attitude could kind of, set the tone of the whole atmosphere, you know what I'm saying? So just learning how to deal with all the personalities, and then working with the crew to deal with somebody if they do have a bad attitude or personality or whatever it is. So I had to learn that as well. You know what I'm saying? And still be professional when somebody comes in with with attitude. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't,
Okay.
when you've been professional, you can't get into nigga mode when people, when they
Right.
when they act like
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. So you have to, you have to learn these things, stuff like that. So that was one of the things I had to learn.
Okay.
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 We see people more. We see more than people want. More people that's on backstage. But we gonna give them time in the next hour. Mr. Casey, did you answer the question, or we go on to the next one?
We're going to the next one.
Okay, I'm just making sure everybody was able to answer the question. Okay, we finna go to the editor's betrayal. You received the first assembly cut, and your editors had completely disregarded your shot list and established rhythms instead of creating something radically different that you probably feel is superior to your initial vision. How did you respond to them in the first meeting, and how do you navigate the rest of the post production, Lamar?
Fortunate for me, I didn't have that problem. With me, I'm a big communicator when it comes to people that's actually doing work for me. So you have to put all that stuff in those contracts. That's the biggest thing for me. That contract work. That contract work is where everybody get a clear understanding of the expectations that you have for everybody and the role that they're doing, even with your editor, even with your DP, even with your directors, or whomever you bring aboard. But for me, I haven't ran into that problem. Most of the time when they send me the drafts and all of that stuff, I look at it, or I'm actually in that room with them, and I'll tell them, well, these are the shots that we have. We'll put them on their timeline. We'll start looking at them, and then we'll kind of alter what we need to do, whatever we need to. But I've always had that relationship with my editor, who I was blessed to have also as my brother-in-law, who did my first film, Love Pain. So I was in the room with him, and he wanted to make sure that my first production was as great as it can be. So we kind of just collabed and we made things work.
Okay, we have someone in the comments ask, "Do you guys write your own contracts?"
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
Mr.
can I
Preach.
ask before we move
Oh, go
on?
ahead, Picasso.
But with
Guys,
that, you want to make sure that things is spelled out in that contract. I mean, it has to, everything has to be spelled out. And then seek out some legal counseling on that contract just to make sure there's no loopholes and all of that kind of stuff.
Right, facts. Okay. Picasso, you was going to
what I was
say?
going to ask, what I want to ask you guys is about. Well, I mean, basically, he kind of answered the question. Was what I was going to say. Do you go by standard contracts that you may find on the internet, or do you guys go to actually lawyers in particular? Do you gravitate on a lawyer and ask them to draw up a contract that suits your needs, or do you go by basic ones that you find maybe on the internet?
Well, my mother was a lawyer. I went to pre. I would have been a lawyer if I didn't drop out of school. So everything I do from a lawyer standpoint.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
what our audience as example of a bad contract?
Example example of a bad contract is not having everything spelled out correctly.
Okay. 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 Interesting. All right. Hey. So, do anybody else got any rebuttal on that situation, on that comment?
I don't.
Okay. Mr. Preach, go back to the editor's material question. You received the first assembly cut, and your editor has completely disregarded your shot list and established rhythms. Instead, created something radically different that you probably feel is superior to your initial vision. How did you respond to them in the first meeting, and how do you navigate the rest of the post-production?
So I could just say I was really blessed not to have to deal with that. I really spelled out exactly what my vision was from even the trailer, and got exactly what I needed as far as the background music that was added. I handpicked all that myself as a DJ, and we had to sit down and we put all that in together. So we had really worked together on a lot of stuff. So I didn't have that problem.
Okay.
Okay, we got somebody in the comments saying, when you say spelled out, are you talking about actually spelling, or you're saying be through with detail? Anybody want to answer that
Be
question?
through with the details. You got to be detail oriented because a lot of people nowadays they don't read, and this is no shade or no dig to nobody, but they don't read. They just want to quick to be like, okay, let me skim over it instead of reading A, B, C. The whole contract. So they just want to see what they want. So you got to be very detail oriented when you're doing contracts.
Okay.
Well, you know what?
Okay.
This is a question for all you guys. Have you guys ever had a conflict? Like I said, this goes to everybody. Have you guys ever had a conflict with maybe a production?
I actually got a few
Sorry.
contracts I would tell on it, and people like, oh, no. Can you hear me?
Who's talking?
Now
Who was that? Still,
Can you hear
who's
me?
that talking?
It broke up.
Preach. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was preach. I was trying to talk. I don't know if it broke up or not.
no, go ahead. You go, brother.
Someone said
I was saying that the funny things I actually
Go ahead.
Wait, you good?
so what I okay, cool. So what I was saying was I got turned down on the contracts because I kind of was 2/3 girl, and people like, oh, that's too much asking for this and this. And I'm like, move on, bro. It's in my opinion, it's like, it's just like, a marriage. You asking me to marry you, but then you telling me, I got a couple things that I got to have in this thing, and if you can't do it, then it's somebody else out there for me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
well, my question to you guys, right? But I mean, I know you guys, you are in very good places. You do wonderful things. Have you ever had an issue on a production that you were doing with a person when it came ever down to signing the contracts that they may not have understood?
Did you say sign the
Um,
contract that they didn't understand?
Yeah, like, did you guys ever come across a rough patch with maybe an actor or actress, or even a film studio when it came down to signing contracts to make your production move
yes,
along?
I have.
yes. Hmm.
I
Okay.
have. Yeah, I have.
Next questions
I
for
had,
all you guys. This is for you guys, by the way.
I had somebody to pay me money and not sign the contract.
What?
Yeah. And then tell me the contract said XYZ, but you haven't even signed the contract. You know, yeah. So like I've filmed the whole film before and the contract still hadn't been signed yet.
What?
Yeah. So like
I
yeah.
Hmm.
Been one of those
Next one.
Someone asked in the comments, would a director be actually mad if an editor cuts the better version or vision in your film?
do what you want.
right.
That's what you
You gotta
want.
do what you want.
If you can cut it
Okay.
better, great. Perfect, dude.
Do all of you guys agree with that?
I would
Miss
Hmm.
Like,
Felicia, Miss Aisha, what you think?
Well,
Um,
you know,
I
that's
wouldn't.
where the director, that's where the director's cut come in. The
Okay.
director always got his cut, and a lot of times the director's cut is not shown. That's even in Hollywood.
Mhm.
I agree.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. I want to answer that question before your question. Yes, I actually had a an actor or a wannabe actor. She
Mm.
was holding out on signing the contract because of the character name. She did not. She wanted me to change the character names. So I'm like, no.
over a name?
Over
What?
name.
Hmm.
That
This the
man is
crazy shit I be hearing.
She wanted.
A question.
Oh,
So, what was the character's name? Like, what was the character's name?
So the character name was Mrs. Davis. But she did not want to go with Mrs. Davis. She wanted to go with something completely different because she said being Mrs. Davis remind her of her husband because she used to be married to a preacher. I'm like, what my character means is what I meant.
And I get that though. In one of my films, I'm not calling names; they might be listening. Um, I had a character.
That's why I ain't calling names either.
I came up with the character name, and the young lady was saying, I guess she knew another young lady with the same name that's going through this and going through that, and they might think it's about them. But I was like, I don't even know them. So if they got a problem, they can come see me.
mm, mm,
oh,
Diamond, and you
okay.
know which project I'm. Diamond, you know what project I'm talking about. You know exactly the project I'm talking about. So
Why you just
yes,
put me on the street? I ain't did this shit. I ain't did it. My name
you
is
know,
Benny, and
you know, you know what project I'm talking about. Yes.
I got so many secrets and shit that's been said to me. I don't even say shit. I just listen. I'm like,
The question is also proposed to everybody on the panel. Miss Brown, do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, in terms of the editor, I'm hands on. I'm hands on with the editor, so I never came across that problem because I'm right there. And when I'm not there, um, I have a relationship with my editors now that it's, you know, they know my vision. So and they have the freedom to, if it's like what that person said, if it's better than what I had and it works, put it in. They already know that. So I have a good relationship. And like I said, I'm hands on, so I never had that problem. I know they say never, but I've never experienced that. Hopefully I won't, where they just take my thing and just do their own thing with it. That's crazy. But no, I've never experienced.
Okay. Mr. White.
Yeah, I never had to go through that either. I do my own editing. I don't like to wait around. Yeah, I don't like to wait around. And when I first started, they was telling me like 90 days and stuff. And I'm not waiting 90 days for you to do the stuff.
90 days per film.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, is that too?
Jesus, I thought it was like 2-3 weeks. Oh my, Jesus.
Yeah.
No, you do got some that says 90 days for a film, depending.
But that's why I wanted to find out something real quick from you guys. Because, listen, I'm a guy who is an actor who was brought into this business. I want to know, like, what's the standard protocol for editing? Is there a standard protocol for editing? When it comes down to editing one of you guys' movies, like, is there a time limit that you give the editing department that you deal with? Now, I know one of you guys said that you do your own editing. So I can understand that you move at your own rate. But if you're going outside of yourself, like, what would you say would be the standard time for, like, maybe a movie to be edited? A month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, a year?
1 month. I'll give it 1 month.
Yeah, 1 month, 3 weeks to a month.
All right.
I would say up to 3 months. Only reason why, because I always go back through it and I want to fix this. I want to change this. We want to add this. We want to do all kind of stuff. So it takes a little bit longer. And I don't want people rushing my movie either. So my growth is awesome. So it's like I will slow down and I will hold a film until it's as right as it can be. When we did the Western, we had some audio issues. I had 2-3 people paying money trying to fix the audio. One of our actors actually died. So, and there's still some audio issues, but it was the best we could make it. And, that's what it is.
Okay.
Well, hold up. Before we I want to hear from everybody. Yeah, because I definitely had to ask everybody.
They said there is no standard, depends on the workload of the edit house. That's what someone said in the comments.
Well, then what's the longest you guys ever had to wait for a movie to be edited then? The longest you ever had to wait. Can everybody just give me an answer on that? Can we start from, let's see. Take it from the top.
Lamar.
Yeah, let's take it from the top.
Oh, wait.
The longest you waited.
Oh, the longest I waited a year.
What? Okay.
Why?
I believe
Jesus.
I can believe that.
And I really, I'm not gonna put no names out there, but let's just say it put me in a bad situation with that. And that was pretty rough. It was pretty rough, but I will never, ever do something like that again. That's why I said at the beginning, things had to be spelled out in those contracts.
Okay.
So that was a lesson learned for me. That's why I said anybody that you hire to do certain things, those people have to understand the writing on that wall. I'm gonna need this done in this amount of time, and if you cannot do, I don't care about the workload in your house. I don't care about that. If you sign this contract saying that you're gonna get my stuff back to me in this time, I need it back before that time.
Oh, glad I got me a good question. Jesus Christ. Lord, what?
But I can say this though. The project came out phenomenal. So that's the plus.
That's like the point of year though. That's phenomenal. Crazy.
But I still had to wait a long time. You know, but that was that whole thing. So that's why I said it was a lesson learned for me. And Family Affairs Cinema, everything has to be spelled out on that paper. So we all got a clear understanding of the expectations that we're up against.
Okay, that question applies for the next person.
Preach.
Long as you had to wait for a movie.
I mean, I like I say I'm in post production right now, so I can't really tell you as far as like my TV shows. I pretty much get them like the next couple of days after we finish taping. So I just kind of looked around and I asked around about people's reputations before I start fooling with them. Because that's to me, that's the best thing. Just check with other folks. If they say, "Oh, I did this film, that film, or whatever," then I'll kind of go back and check with them. Be like, "Hey, you know what happened with so and so? How long they take for your thing?" And if I just, if I hear some red flags or something, then I just kind of move on.
Yeah, you got to.
Okay. Okay. Next
Mr.
person.
Snipes?
Yeah, man. My first movie. I want to say, dang, about about 2 years.
What?
Yeah, about 2 years.
Did they ever tell you what the
That's
complication was?
Complication was um I really didn't have a complication. I just sat back and let them sit back and let them keep editing and I kept filming. So like now I'm like a few movies ahead.
Okay.
And now it's like everything need to be edited, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So instead of going into the editing room, I just kept filming. So
yeah, because you do your own editing now, Mr. Snipes, do you?
yeah. Now I do. Yeah.
Okay.
And that
Okay.
was a mistake. The worst mistake I made was trying to have other people editing. And then they'll get the editing, and then they'll say they got another film, and now that man,
Okay.
You have to have
yeah,
time spans when it
yeah,
comes to these things. Understand? People want to
exactly,
get booked and busy, but you have to have
right,
a time lapse of different
right,
projects because you can be held liable. You can get sued, and like people
right,
keep saying, the word in your contract means a lot. If I want my shit done in 30 days, and you want this particular amount of money, that's what I'm paying you.
right,
Period.
right.
Let's go to
That,
the
that,
next
that,
person.
that remind me of the mechanic who get your car and sit on it.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, preach.
I said that remind me of the mechanics be like, hurry up, bring your car to the shop. Then you drive by there, you see your car still sitting in the same spot for 3 weeks, and they ain't got to it. They
Yeah.
working on other folks.
Oh
Come on,
no!
well, I
If
mean,
I'm paying over
you got
$1,000
you
for my
got a
car,
you
I
got
got
you,
a
you got
day.
an engine job. Yeah, you got an engine job, so yours gonna take a little long. I'm just gonna knock these brakes out right quick and everything. Oh,
Mm-mm.
player, we ain't finna have
Mm-mm.
that.
Mm-mm.
No, see that would that Memphis come out of me. I ain't gonna even lie to you.
Okay. All right. Let's
Lord
go to the
Jesus.
next
Miss
person.
Rivers.
How long has it ever taken them to edit one of your films? Or so long as you ever have to wait?
Is it on me?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Um, I would say the longest would be 5 months. The editor has some personal issues that they're going through. Plus, I guess they do multiple other things. And even in the beginning, when they finish the film, or even working on the film, I'm like, just give me the movie. I know you're busy. I know you got 400 businesses, and there's editors out here. There's people out here who love to sit in front of a computer and edit for this stacks of money that I'm paying. But for some reason, some people just be like, "No, I got you, and I got you, and every week I got you. Next week I got you. 2 months from now I got you." And it's like it
Mm.
would have been done by now. But the longest as of right now is 5 months. Hopefully,
Okay.
it won't be 6 months soon.
Okay. Okay.
Somebody in
Let's.
the comments said, "What's the average budget for a no budget film, and what do y'all
Question.
expect to spend?"
We didn't get that. We didn't get everybody's answer to that.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Miss Brown.
Um, what was? I'm sorry. What was the question again?
What was the
Editing.
longest you ever had to waited? What was the longest you waited for a movie to be edited?
Oh, editing. Yeah. Well, I'm almost like that. Like that first person said, and a year, and that was because the editor lost the file. Something happened, the computer crashed or whatever, and he lost it. And so he had because like I said, I normally go and I'm normally in the studio with him when he's editing. But at this time I wasn't, and he crashed, and I think the hard drive, something happened to the hard drive. So anyway, it ended up taking like a year to finally get the movie together, and yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, Mr. Casey.
Um, the longest I had to wait was 3 years, and that's because the person that was editing the film had family issues. On top of they lost the file, on top of other stuff. So it's like, yeah, and I'm still waiting. So
Mm-mm-mm. 3 years is fucking insane.
I want to say something. I have a movie that's never coming out because the what do you call it? The hard drive crashed. So
Yeah.
never ever coming out. Ever seen it? Ever.
And then you know how
wow.
to pull a hard drive from out of the computer to obtain the files?
I don't know. What'd you
Ooh,
say?
we.
I said there's no way to pull the hard drive from the computer to obtain the files.
Okay, so the heart is a little piece that's broken off in the hard drive. So I tried giving it to two other people. I did go to Best Buy. Best Buy was like $3,000 to try to fix it. It's the little piece at the bottom of it to try to do it is broken. So it's a whole movie that that never coming out. I guess.
Wow.
Ooh,
Okay.
shit.
Okay.
Mr. White.
Yeah, like I said, I edit my own stuff, so I don't have to deal with that stuff.
But you don't have to go
Oh,
through
well.
all that.
He's
Yeah,
just
I don't
okay.
know.
He's just
Yeah,
out the
I
door.
don't
He's
know.
like
I
doing
don't
other
know nothing
shit.
about that.
That's
Yeah,
a plus.
y'all gotta
He ain't
remember.
going. He said, like, fuck my shit up. No, Sirski. No, we not doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got
I
to.
was always taught to keep your
Never
stuff
said
in
I'll be
low.
on the first 48.
No,
Oh,
for
Yeah,
God.
real, for
but
real.
the lesson is you need to have your stuff on two different hard drives. Keep one and give one to the editor if you use an editor. So if something happens, you still have a backup. So it's a lesson learned in everything that we do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I never get
Okay.
nobody
Okay,
no
so,
hard drive.
oh, you're good? Oh, we finna go to the toxic set question. Describe a time when you describe a time when a highly talented and essential crew member, your DP or lead actor, became toxic, demoralizing influence on set. How do you resolve the situation, and how do you balance the need for artistic excellence against the need for a healthy working environment?
Mm.
Lamar?
Have a backup.
Uh,
Just say,
well,
I'm
I
sorry.
would.
Wait. Make sure we heard that clearly. Did you say have a backup?
I
Casey said
did,
back.
yes.
Okay. Okay.
He ain't going. He ain't going.
I was blessed to not have never been in that situation. So,
Mm.
you know, I'm only dealing with professionals. So when they come to set, they already know what the job is. And again, it goes back. And I can't express this enough. That paperwork.
Facts. Yeah. All right. Preach.
Okay, next one.
I actually cut my teeth dealing with that doing these comedy shows. Um, the no shows, the people back in the green room trying to, get in the other one's ear, trying to see what you paying the other one and stuff like that, trying to do all that. So by time I got to the movies and doing my TV show, I had already dealt with that. I had dealt with the no shows, that begged to be on the flyer, and then turn around and didn't show up for the shows and things like that. So I started like knowing I gotta always have a backup, and I would literally have people that would just kind of like even like with the plays. You know, the plays they have like a understudy. Yeah, I would always have like somebody that would be on the table reads that they didn't even know was on there listening.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
Oh my.
Mhm.
Side pieces,
Always gotta have
side
a
pieces, baby.
backup.
You gotta have a side piece.
That's not bad. To have somebody waiting in the
I'm
wings.
telling you, you gotta have a side piece. I'm just saying.
Okay. Okay, next.
Okay. Director Snipes, toxic set. How did you handle that? Like, period.
Man, see, man, I don't really have to go through that too much. I mean, I don't have to go through that. I have all my paperwork intact, you know. No, I don't go through that at
Okay.
all. Nah,
Okay.
Okay.
no.
Yeah.
Miss Brown.
I think in the very beginning, it was one time they got into a little scuffle, and but since then, that's when, like I said, when I first started, and I didn't have any paperwork. People were just, it was people I knew, and they were coming together to help me do like web series and stuff like that. But since I've been doing it, like professionally, nah, I don't have those. I don't have no problems like that. No drama on my set.
Okay.
Period.
I can attest to that. I can attest to that. I've been on headsets. It don't be no drama. I'm just letting y'all know. And
Arrogant bastard. Nothing. Everything professional.
no
Everything.
drama.
Okay.
Okay, next.
Miss Tracy. Toxic set. A DP or an actor. How did you handle it professionally?
Professionally, the actor got fired.
Okay.
Actor
Okay.
Hey,
got fired.
give
I
them
wasn't
better
mad, but
The end.
really
you wasn't
push.
mad, but the other look, you
Capital.
wasn't, but the other person was. Same movie, you know which one I'm talking about, but the other
See what
person
happened
got mad.
was. Ugh. Why you putting me in these situations? See, I ain't finna speak on that because I'm listening to way about that, but I'm gonna keep. I was talking to my production team and told me to leave that alone. Miss Brown told me to leave that
hmm
alone. She already know what I'm talking about. Yeah, leave that alone.
Yeah, so it wasn't you. I didn't look. I didn't fire you, but the other person got
But I don't
fired.
know why. It's just, you know what I'm saying? It's just, Anywho, next, Mr. White, regarding an actor or a DP, how did you handle that professionally?
Yeah, I don't have problems like that either. I deal with like professional people. People get vetted. Like the other guy said, I ask questions first. Like, I dealt with this person before, or whatever the case, like that. And I don't deal with like problems like that. I'll fire people quickly and stuff like that. So
Bingo.
everything be pretty much smooth, man. You know what I'm saying? But when you dealing with professional people, you're not gonna have those problems like that. I
Okay.
said, you get
Facts.
your homeboys, and
But my thing is, people can act professional until it's time to show up. That's when you see the other side of them.
correct. I agree.
But see, it all go back to how you carrying yourself in this industry too. You know, when you
Exactly.
got a respected name, people already know not to come on your set with that mess.
Correct.
hmm
I was just about to
I
say
treat
that.
every director the same because at the end of the day, money has been spent and we got time that's of the essence. I am very big on
hmm
communication and time and attendance. And now I'm a new director. I'm putting it in my own production because I'm gonna treat my set like the previous director treated me. You know what I'm saying? We got the consistent table reads. We got, if I have a problem with a particular situation or the character, I ask these type of questions. How do you want this character to come to life? How do you want me to execute this situation? So we won't have no problems. I'm
Mm.
doing what the
hmm
vision of the director. This ain't my show. And
Let's
people have
go.
to respect
Let's go.
Miss
You been on
Rivers.
one of my set. You been on one of my set, Diamond the Realist. How was it on
I
set with
know
me? How was it on
It was
set?
very good. It was very respectful. You know, we had our little, little stuff going on, but we still got.
But how did it got handled? Real professionalism, right?
Yeah, like I have an issue with all the directors I ever worked with. I never had an issue. It's just a couple had a couple communication issues. I'm not going to say names, but it is what it is. I'm on to the next.
We know names.
Don't start. Miss Iesha, I had a good experience with her. She was a little leery about because I was out of town, but I still came and popped my shit and did what I was supposed to do.
Mhm.
So,
Well, I think me being an actor.
I came in, we did what we did, and I got the job done, and I got back home safely. Simple.
Now, as far as like me being an actor stepping into this game, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like for you guys in the position you in, I mean, you look at actors and actresses and you figure out who's who. For me stepping in this game, I wasn't looking for this. Someone pointed to me and said, "You, I need you." And the funny part, I tell this story all the time, and the person who actually walked me through these doors to get to this point is actually on the panel. Now, the funniest part is Miss Brown. For those of you who don't know who she is, she's an amazing producer, amazing writer. She actually holds it down in the filming department. Whereas she's a person who saw me and said, "Listen, I need you on a project." And I had to tell her, "Yo, listen, I don't do this. This ain't my thing. I ain't here for this." And she said, "Look, can you do A, B, and C?" And I said, "Yeah, I guess." And she said, "Good enough for me to whereas the way how you guys envision people and how you see people, I don't think it should ever be a conflict on set. Because once again, if you're the director, you see things that most people don't see, especially behind the scenes, as well as putting people in front. Because you couldn't tell me 8 years ago I was going to be an actor, to whereas the only person who could have gave you that answer besides God would be Miss Iesha Brown. Because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be sitting where I'm at now. I wouldn't be in the movies that I'm in because she saw something in me that I didn't even see in myself. So for you guys to have any conflict on set for things like that, I bet like personal experience, I had sometimes getting into certain characters. I'm gonna be honest with you. And sometimes you need somebody to say, "Yo, listen," to guide you, things like that, to give you that sense of directions where you guys come into play. For somebody to argue with that is just kind of foolish because you're sabotaging your own career.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We finna go to the casting lie question. When casting a lead role, is your final decision truly based on finding the best possible actor, or is it based entirely on the actor's Instagram following count or their ability to generate pre-release publicity for your film? Mr. White?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit both, man, because you can have the best actress or actor in the world, you know what I'm saying? But if it's not marketed the right way, nobody will know about it, or it won't be as big as you know what I'm saying, think it is. So I think that's very important to have somebody that's professional, number one, somebody who could fit the role too, and who, what's the word I'm looking for? Marketable. You feel what I'm saying? Because some people are not marketable. So you got to find somebody who could fit all the boxes for the lead roles, and that's the biggest thing is like the lead roles and stuff like that. So if you get a lead role, you should appreciate the people, they better appreciate it and stuff like that, because people who act for real, they know how big of a deal that is. So yeah.
Okay. Let me get the next person. I don't know where Miss T went. But let me ask you guys a question. Is it very hard to like pick out certain actors for certain parts? Like let's say if you got an actor for your lead role, but the supporting actor you have may feel like he may be a better fit for the lead role.
Okay,
Is that kind of like, does that ever present an issue with picking the characters after they already learn their lines?
Nah, they don't get to pick that, you know what I'm saying? So they could feel how they want to feel, you know what I'm saying? Because that's why it's lead roles and supporting people and stuff like that. And one day you're gonna get your shot as it. Like everybody got to play their part and put their work in and stuff like that. So eventually they're gonna get their time to shine. As a lead.
Yeah.
Okay. Miss Tiffany, you're on. Can you hear me? Hi. When
Welcome
Cassie
on.
Hi, everyone. Oh, go ahead. Do your introduction right fast because we already in the first hour and some people want to get on, some people want to get off, but it don't matter. They'll let me know if they want to get on or not. Yes, the cast. Oh, no, do your introduction. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. I'm Tiffany Graham. I'm Tiffany G Films out of Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay. And please let them know what you do, by the way. Can you please tell them what you do and where can they find you?
Okay. I'm a writer, director, producer, and I'm on Facebook as Tiffany Graham. Instagram, I am only Tiffany G. And I just completed my first feature film titled The Price of Love, and it's due to drop in December.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let's get back into the question.
So, okay, a casting lie. When casting a lead role, is your final decision truly based on finding the best possible actor, or is it based entirely on the actor's Instagram follow account and their ability to generate pre-release publicity for your film?
So, do you get the lead? In other words, I'm sorry, I want to give that just a little more of a breakdown because I've seen this before. Do you hire people based off of their popularity or off of the quality that they bring?
Exactly.
Can I answer that?
Hey.
I want all you guys to answer that because I think that's a very. I'm glad that you brought that up. Before you answer that, let me just say this much real quick. A lot of actors and actresses that we have interviewed, some people have the basis of how you guys hire these lead roles. They have it misconstrued. They really think that you guys do it off of popularity or how many movies they've been, and they don't feel like it's based off of their talent. So whereas I would like to ask you, that's a very legitimate question because maybe they need to hear from you guys now how you run your shit. I'm sorry, please answer.
What I've
go ahead.
What I've seen is when people hire people just off of like their name or how many followers they got. I've literally seen some movies where they be like, "Oh, I got so and so in it, and I got so and so in it," and I watched the movie and they was like that person was crap because I don't know if they was good at one point, but they wasn't good no more. Okay, and then they didn't turn around and spend all this money on like just to get this name. Oh, I got so and so in the movie, so that don't even mean nothing to me when somebody tell me like, "Oh, I got so and so in the movie, this person in the movie," because I done been on some comedy stages where somebody used to have a name. They used to be good. But then they come on there and they can't even draw a crowd no more. And, they want top-notch money. You promoted the show and they got all the followers and then they ain't even promoting the show. So
half of the followers are fucking fake.
It's more important to me to have a quality movie. To worry about, what name is on it. I'm just saying.
Your background may be the person that bring you millions of dollars, but you put that person as a background for that particular whatever reason you want it to be the reason of. And at the end of the day, I made this status like a month ago. How is I am not the leading actor and I'm promoting more than the lead? You have to make that make sense to me. And they constantly get hired for these lead roles and they don't do their fucking job.
Who cares if you got a Rolls Royce if it ain't running?
Say that again. Say that again.
Who cares if you got a Rolls Royce and it ain't running?
Thank you.
Let me say something though.
Yes, ma'am.
On that, you was finished, Preach? Are you finished?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yeah.
All right. What I wanted to say, this is movie business. So sometimes, that you got some people, actors and actresses, that their face alone is going to bring people to it, and that's just the way they got it. So it's not about Instagram followers, but it's just some people. Their face alone is going to bring people to your movie. So this is a business. So You're not gonna just do it because it's just their face and it's just terrible. No, but it is a business, and there are some people, and y'all know this. There are some actors and
Yeah,
actresses.
you know, that's true.
They on the cover of your film. That's gonna bring a lot of people just because they're in it, and the reason why
yeah.
is because they know, like, I know if he in it, this movie is fire. I'm gonna watch this. Or she's in it.
You know
This
what,
movie is fire. I'm
Aisha?
gonna watch it. So
I said
that's
that.
why sometimes
You,
they do
you
that.
you
They
totally
do
right.
that
You
sometimes
totally right on that,
because
Aisha. I give you that, Aisha.
mm-hmm.
Listen,
You
Can I
right
say
about
something?
that because once you put me in part 2, that's what's gonna happen.
Hey,
All
can I
right.
say
Miss
something real quick?
Felicia, we ain't hear you. What's going on? How do you feel about that, ma'am?
Well, I got stories, but
Well, I
so
want to
one
hear.
story no, that's not bad. So like right now, I actually got hired. That's why I'm excited, y'all. I'm going to LA for the first time. I got hired to direct the movie in LA. Yay! So I'll be on this plane on Tuesday, and I learned a lot from being on. Well, clapping. I learned a lot before even getting on set. So basically, the casting process, they wanted to cast people that got 1 million followers. So they're reaching out to all these big time people, and the big people reach back. They want 6 figures. So you ain't got 6 figures. Why be reaching out to these big time people? But they actually got some good people for a good price, which hopefully once I work with them, when I go to LA, they might come back to Charleston with me. So look out for that. But I get their thing. Their thing is they want to put their money behind these names because, like you said, it'll bring attention to the movie. So, like one of the leads, our lead is the black girl. Her name is I'm saying black girl because I watched Hannah Montana back in the day, and it was only one black girl on Hannah Montana. So she's the lead in this movie that we're in LA, which is cool. But I'm looking at her followers. She don't got that many followers, but I guess I can say I'm working with the young lady that played on Hannah Montana. So that's dope. Um, but going back to the original question, it's about the story to me. It's about the story. I like working with upcoming actors, but I like working with actors that do promote. Because you can get a big name, and I'm not calling names. I work with some big names in my films as well, and they have not promoted. They might post one time or two times. Maybe they didn't like the movie. I don't know, but it's like, why aren't you pushing my movie? Why aren't you promoting the movie that you're in? You sat here, I paid you, you came on set. Why aren't you promoting this film? And I feel it should be part of their contract, but I see that argument where they're like, it's the talent. It's not the talent's place to promote. It's the producer's place to promote. It's the talent. But my thing is, what if you have a really good movie? Everything is good, and nobody promotes this film. It just sits there. So you don't make any money. Nobody makes any money. It just sits there. But you have 10 people who don't have names. But guess what? One of your people is in the community. The other person might be in the church. You might got 50 people in her church. Yeah, your movie might be about crazy stuff, whatever. But all 50 of them watch the movie. So
The church watch stuff like that. Trust me, they do.
yeah, I'm gonna bring up Tyler Perry. Sorry for whoever. So Tyler Perry does a lot of and I might say it wrong, so don't shoot me, but the alphabet community kind of thing. And they support the hell out of each other. They really do. I ain't gonna lie to you. So yeah, in his movies, they're preaching and they're singing, and he has a lot of gay. That's the word. But they support each other to the fullest. So if that's how you're making your money, that's what you got to do. But if you're casting a bunch of people who don't promote, and it's like, okay, when's the next movie? Why don't you promote the first movie? Like you're in a movie,
It's
and
a
I
system.
understand, you don't have to promote every day. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's a kind of a sense of entitlement because, again, it could be, I'm just hypothetically speaking names. It could be Young Jock, Ava Marcel, O'Shea Russell, Crystal the Doll. Any of those people, it just, I'm not saying they by the type. It just again the names and some people that's upcoming that got the inside of the good people room or whatever. They feel like they're entitled. It's just I don't know. It's kind of
Well,
crazy.
you know what's funny too? Because a lot of actors and actresses they believe that guess what? If you're the producer, you're the one that's doing all this, you have to do the promotion. Now here's a little curveball for you guys in that seat on our panel. Let's say you did hire somebody who did have a popular name, right? And their popularity, you have them in their first movie, and let's say they didn't promote it, but it brought in some views. Now you want to make a part two to this movie, and that same person who never promoted wants you to hire them back. Would you hire them or any actor who didn't promote the movies that they were in with you if you constantly brought them
Can I answer?
Go ahead,
back?
whoever. Go ahead,
No,
Mr. Silk.
I answer that. So what happens is when you hire the people with the name and stuff like that, right? Even if they don't promote, when you do the marketing yourself, people recognize that face. So when you market it yourself, it goes out to people, and people recognize these people's faces. If you have the 10 people that nobody don't know and you market it, people not gonna rush to go watch it because they haven't seen these people's faces before. So like the other lady said, this is the entertainment business. You feel what I'm saying? Like people want to be entertained, and they sometimes people go with certain stuff. Because I even watch movies. When they come out in the movie theater, I'm like, oh, so and so is in it. It could be the same movie with somebody else in it, but it hits different. If Issa Rae, I like Issa Rae or whatever it is in it. So even if they don't promote, their name still holds weight. So when you do your marketing, because at the end of the day, it's up to you to push your own movie. It's not about other people. What I'm saying? Promote. If you dependent on somebody else, you're gonna lose anyway. So it's up to you to do your own marketing. So their face alone, when you do your marketing, is gonna bring you in the money and stuff like that.
But let's be
Yeah.
real. I want to say something real. Let's be real. But shouldn't be expected from the start. I mean, let's be real. If I hire anybody to be a star, especially you have a name, I would expect you to promote. The reason being because this is something that you're in. And look, I'm gonna play the race card with you guys. A lot of black independent filmmakers, guess what happens? They get pushed to the side because it's black indie films. When it comes to white Hollywood, guess what? These people that you see that you were hired now as stars, guess what? They'll be like, well, if you want me to do promotions, that's another check. But let them get put in a white person's film. Guess what? They don't have no problem promoting that all day long.
It's about a bigger look for people. You know what I'm saying? So if it's if you in something that you don't feel is up to your level, but you're just trying to get a check and stuff like that, that's how you're going to treat it. If you feel like you're in a white person, stuff is going to be viewed by more people. More people viewing you means more bookings for you, so they are going to promote more for those things. I don't really think it has nothing to do with white or black. I think it's about the bigger the opportunity. You feel what I'm saying? Because if people the same way, if they on Tyler Perry movies, they're going to promote. Even if they're extra, they're gonna promote the movie and stuff like that. But they'll be in your movie and they won't even promote it one time. So I think it's like a bigger opportunity thing.
Well, when I say white Hollywood, look, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Tyler Perry is a part of white Hollywood as far as I'm concerned. You wanna know why? Because he's in the ups. He has that position, whereas guess what? White Hollywood would stop him, look at him, and give him basically whatever he wants. So for me, I feel like he's into the white Hollywood division because he holds that plateau there. He earned that right there. That's what I mean by white Hollywood. I don't
We
mean
can't
it's
say that.
necessarily.
We couldn't put Tyler Perry beside white Hollywood. We couldn't say that he a black man and
Yeah.
with a whole lot of money. He a black man with a whole lot of money.
That's
You know
it.
what I mean? And he right there in Oakland City. You know what I mean? Right in the middle of the hood. With a major
Oh no, wait. Trust me. Listen, wait. Before hold up, I got a cousin who works with Tyler Perry. Now, my cousin's name is April Parker Jones. She was on If Loving You Was Wrong.
Right.
She's one of the main characters on his show. She played also in Bel Air as the mother. She's playing right now on Michael Blackson's show as the principal. She's known Tyler Perry since 2001. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I understand the history of where the man comes from, but when it comes down to black independent filmmakers who are coming out of their own pocket, there's a
Right.
difference in a white company cutting you a check and saying, "Here, go make a movie." You're going into your own bank account, your own resources. That's why I say there is a division between white Hollywood and black Hollywood. Black Hollywood, you're coming out of your own pocket.
So you
You
know,
got
that they do have grants and all type of things where you don't have to come out of your own. It's so many resources when it comes to films.
Mhm.
You know, so it's just a lot of resources. So and then on top of it, I wouldn't even compare my independent with a major anyway. You know what I mean? So that's even all the way out of the bracket of what we own right now. You know what I'm saying? To even take a major and start talking about what we doing. Like you just said, we coming out of our pocket anyway. So when we go to talk about major, you need to get the major directors in here to talk with them. We on the independent level, so let's stay on the independent realm of what we own right now. You get what I'm saying?
well, I know this, right? For me, you
Yeah,
guys are major. Reason why I
yeah,
feel
we
like
major, but we independent. Our-
independently, I'm not gonna
Right,
take anything from anybody
right.
because
So
guess what?
let's stay independent. You know what I'm saying? Let's stay on that right now.
But that's what I'm saying. If you're getting a star, if you're getting a star and you're using them in your project, he may want to not promote yours because he feels like it's independent. But if it came from Hollywood, he may want to promote it. And you bring.
Well,
It's
see,
on a different level. If
I think what you're saying. I think
like for instance,
opportunity opens up more than one than the other.
yeah, right, like I was on Ray Jr. film. Like I acted in one of Ray Jr. film with Benny and a couple more big names out there.
Okay.
Um, I done worked on a lot of films where I'm acting in the films with a lot of major actors, A-listers. But
Okay.
you know what I'm saying? And they really didn't even promote the film.
Hmm.
He had to promote the film
Mm.
himself. You know what I'm saying? So like when I was working with CC at CC studio, I think I was on every film that came out there. You know what I'm saying? Like it all depends, whatever they want to do. And if,
All right.
if they don't, like I say,
let me. I understand where director Snipes is going with that, but we all have to remember as independent filmmakers, you have your budget, and a part of your budget has to be your marketing.
right,
If you don't have a marketing plan and you dependent on your actors and everybody that you hired to help promote it, then that it's only so far that they can take it.
exactly.
You have to have that marketing budget.
Yeah,
Someone said, should that be in your contract to promote?
And so if you get
A
a
lot of people
sponsorship,
do that.
yeah,
Yes, a lot of people do that, and I've done it on a few of mine. But the biggest thing for us as independent filmmakers, see, I'm a writer director, so I write and direct my movie, and I produce my own movie. So
Okay.
for me, I can't depend on the next person to push my project as far as I want it to go. You understand what I'm saying? You have to have that vision for your own
right.
project, whether this person is doing it or not. Yes, it's helpful if these people help promote it, but you can't rely on that
Right.
because
Mm-hmm.
these people, they only gonna go so far with it, and especially with our actors here from Detroit. These names that you see all of the time, they're always on somebody else's set. They're working, so it a lot of times stuff's gonna fall through the cracks. So it's up to that production house to have that budget to produce their movie and have that marketing budget as well. Which
exactly.
Well, it's
Miss
kind
Right.
Tiffany, I want to see. I want to get the
my,
ladies to after Mr. Snipes. I want the ladies to intertwine with those or with the statement type of thing. I just want to get everybody's input on the situation. Miss Brown, Miss Graham, and Miss Rivers. Go ahead, Director Snipes.
What was the question again?
No, we was talking about the same question regarding the promoting versus
Man,
Hollywood
yeah.
versus.
You really gotta have. You just gotta have your pocket right, man. If your money before you go jumping out there in that water trying to film a film, and you gonna jump and get your 401k, and then you spend that last little bit of money trying to get an act on your little film. And now you can't even promote your film, and you mad. Oh, they won't promote my film, but they still working somewhere. Like you say, they still working somewhere. They don't got time for that. So
I'm
if you
glad
don't
I
have
got my own
my
promotion company.
the funds to do what you got to do, you in the wrong profession. You got to go find you something better to do.
Can I give a quick shout out?
Yes.
I just want to jump in this,
I
so
gotta
they
give
don't
a
got
quick
time
shout
to
out to Miss
post one
Brown.
time.
Go ahead, y'all. Go ahead. One time, Miss Felicia.
No, I do want to say I gotta give a quick shout out to Miss Brown because I talked to her like last week, and that's one of the things as a new filmmaker she hit me too. She was like, "Your marketing, you got to have some marketing money," and that kept me from going to buy them gators I was gonna buy that week. I was like, I got to save this money for marketing. You know, so I thank you for that. I thank you for that.
What?
I was just about to go buy them gators, and I thank you
That's
for
another
reminding me about
filmmaker.
that, Miss
He
Brown.
said,
Gator back.
Now hold on.
I like this. Oh,
I want to hear from the ladies real quick. Ladies, please give us your feedback on that.
Miss Felicia. And then we're going to Miss Graham and then Miss Brown.
No, I was just responding to what he was saying. I'm saying they work so much they can't post like and make a post. They can't post one post, maybe once a month. Make a post. They work so hard they can't make a post.
I
They
agree with you
can't
on that.
schedule a post.
Collab with them.
I understand not having a whole marketing campaign. I understand they can't do meet and greets. I understand they can't make appearances. I can understand that because they're working so hard on their regular job. But you can't make a post on your Facebook page that you're already posting on.
I agree with that.
Somebody.
I do as an actor. I agree with that. I
I
feel like
get
you
it.
can.
You can't post. You
But
can't
at the
post
end of
every
the
day.
day, they was if they available to keep accepting bookings, they available to keep to promote the film. But at the end of the day, like Mr. Lamar said and Mr. Priest said and Director Snipes, that paperwork gotta be where it need to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, now I'm getting to the new in the director situation. I got my own promotion company. I hit these numbers, but at the end of the day, you want me to keep booking you, you have to promote. I don't care
I feel
about
like
no Instagram following
Unless
count. I don't care about none of that. I got the Instagram follow count as well. I'm already almost at 50,000 combined on 4 pages. There's still no excuse. You were able to accept that contract. You were able to promote this film. Period.
unless like y'all are saying you got a big enough name. And I say big name, for example, like I was reaching out to like Vivica Fox. And Vivica Fox, I want to say, what was she like, 12,000 a day, maybe 13? I forgot the number. And her people said it correctly. I might can scrape up. I can sell a liver and sell a child, and I can get her. Because I really want her. If I really want something, I'm gonna get it. But she doesn't want to be on your set unless your set. My understanding is at least a 250. I want to say $250,000 set, or it could be 25,000, whatever number. And I get that because I'm gonna bring her down here for 13,000 or 12,000 or whatever number they were saying, and I'm feeding the cast pizza, or we're sitting in an Airbnb that's $200-300, or she's on a set with a bunch of free, no offense, or low budget or upcoming actors that blah 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 blah. So I get it. That's what I was told. I was told she doesn't want to be on a set that isn't under a certain budget. But yeah, if you get over $12,000-13,000, why she don't gotta really promote, because you can say Vivica Fox and the wrong whatever and stick her on your cover and people are gonna watch it.
Exactly.
It promotes itself.
Exactly.
So what about you?
The whole point of getting you an actor that they can carry your film. You want to make some money. What you want to go get? A lot of people that just act because they say they act, and you ain't gonna make no money. It don't make no sense.
But one thing we need to have a discussion, or maybe it need to be an actual discussion on how these people come up with their. I'm sorry, I'll be taking over. How they be coming up with these day rates, and that stops you from casting certain people because like again, if you really want somebody, you will pay for them. But my thing is, if we're charging over $200 plus flight, plus this, plus whatever, and I go on your page and you don't promote the last movie you were in, why would I do something like that? And then my thing is, okay, I don't like that movie, but you did it. You sat there and you allowed the people to film you and put you all over the covers and do everything with you, and you don't like it. But what if you don't like my movie? You know what I'm saying? What if you don't like my movie? So I'm going to pay you to be in my movie, but you don't want to promote the movies that you've been in?
Yeah, that is
I mean,
crazy.
I'll be real with you. I feel
You
like
got
that's
it.
an rule. That shouldn't have to be discussed when you're putting somebody on your project. I don't care if they're A list, B list, C list, it doesn't matter. I feel like that's an unspoken rule. Because guess what? If you're in this project, yes, I will take care of promotions as far as the production company goes. But as far as the people who are involved in it, when it's time promoted you in it, I would expect you to say something on this page. I don't feel like that should be something that should be put in the contract to remind the person, hey, listen, you're a part of this. If you don't believe in this, then why are you even taking part in this to begin with?
Man.
Yeah, and I agree because there's so many people wanting to work. There's like my last audition, we had over 1,000 people submit from all over the world. And it's like people, and there's people. No offense, I'm just saying, local people. I'm like, be in a movie, and I don't know if I got time. And it's like, what? People like, what? Are you serious? People are coming across the world for free.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Right. Right.
What about you?
What you think about all these?
Well, I'm soaking it all in, and I'm actually learning from the comments that's being made. Like I said, I'm new to the industry as far as being an independent filmmaker, and I am one of the ones that still am gainfully employed. But I would think that if you hire someone to do a job and they have a passion for what they do and they believe in themselves and they want the world to see them in a film that's good quality, that it should be automatic. I did not put it in my contract, and I've been fortunate as thus far to have had a great cast, and they are promoting the film. This is my first rodeo, so I'm actually taking in and learning from you more experienced directors and producers and writers. What's best practices for you guys? What's working? Now, as far as marketing, that's an area that I'm working on myself to get my film out, so that way it is being seen, so I can get ROI on my investment. Because at the end of the day, it is a business. I'm just one of the ones who believe in people, believe in my project, and of course, I have hopes that my cast members and beyond will continue to support and push it. That will help me determine when it comes to a part 2 or a series who I work with and who I choose not to for future projects. So if I'm going to have a part 2 and I have great cast members that did outstanding work, am I going to say, okay, well, he or she did not promote it or post it on social media? That's the hit or miss. You can have a great face that help drive your film, but you can also have great people who did just as well as a great face that's going to push and go hard for it. So for me right now, I have a great cast, and I'm okay right now. But moving forward, as I go into producing more films and having more projects, those are things that I will take into accountability.
Ms. Brown?
It's like a lot of the panels said, you gotta, when you go to make a film, you gotta have the money and your budget. You should put a big portion aside for promotion. Yeah, it's good for them to promote it, but you cannot rely on the actors to promote your film. You can't.
Absolutely.
If they do, that's great. But you gotta have money aside to promote your own thing. You have to. And a lot of people get in it. They just making movies as it, but you didn't budget nothing. You don't have a plan of okay, this going to this going to that. You just think I put it out and that's it. No, that's not it. That's just the beginning. You put it out, now you got to promote it. So it is good if the cast promotes, but if they don't, who cares? You already got your budget aside for promoting. That's what you got to do. You have to do in order for your movie to do good.
Thanks.
And you can do that, and your movie still may not do good. But if you promote in your movie, it's going to get out there.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm kind of in a situation where I'm like kind of old school, and with this new modern technology, and just not solely relying on social media, going outside of those realms, doing the old school type of things as well, incorporating every method possible that I have privy to, and then like of course having that budget set aside for, even if it's the billboards or the meet and greets or whatever can get the film out there to get it known, because I might have 10 cast members, but we all don't have the same social media outlets or friends. So what other ways outside of social media, be it Instagram, be it Facebook, be it TikTok, or what have you, so I'm kind of like mixing the old school methods as well.
Okay.
The best method is have you some money.
Amen.
Absolutely.
That's the best method. Have you some money. And that way that's solve that's 90% of your problem solved. Because now you can put it wherever you want to put it at. You can put it on a billboard. You can go put it. You can get you a sponsor. You can send it all around the web. You can go pay somebody to promote it. They don't even the name of the actor. If they're already popular, you can get somebody else to promote it. Their name gonna sell itself. And if anybody been in the game outside of there,
right,
you're gonna have to sell your own product anyway. So if you send back, just have some money.
He said, "What's the expected return on your films? What is the actual returns?" That's what someone asked in the comments before we go to our next major question.
Oh, you gotta make a film.
It said, "What's the expected return on your films? What is the actual returns?"
That question there like really counts somebody's pocket. You know what I mean? Like, so me personally, that's something you just gonna have to go and put it out and find out yourself.
Right.
That's my answer to that. Don't count my pocket.
Oh my God.
Before we go any further, also y'all in the chat, I want to thank you guys in the chat for joining us. We will be reading your questions back and forth. So please continue to drop some questions in the chat for us so we can include you in the conversation. But I like that. You said don't count your pockets. I mean, let's be I'm not a producer as far as movies, but as far as music, I've been a producer of music. To whereas, I mean, if it's anything similar to like the music thing, the possibilities are endless. You can't really put a cap on it.
Right.
Okay.
Snipes act like the IRS listening.
But wait, what?
Hey.
I've observed from like sitting from
so you know the more you put in, the more you get out.
But hold on. You put a movie out just for the person in the comments. You may put a movie out today, and when you put that movie out today, it may be out there for the next 5 years. And guess what? The money's coming in slow. And by that 6 years, guess what? It goes viral and hits. It may take 11 years for a movie to hit. And guess what? That'll be your biggest bag, whereas it took 11 years to get to that point, but you never know because the possibilities are endless.
Okay. All right. So we got a lack of originality question. If every idea you ever had can be traced back to an older, better foreign film, should you really be called a director or simply a highly paid translator for masterpieces the American audience is too lazy to seek out? Silk.
Ooh,
Yeah, man, I think so, man. If you gotta come with the originality, man. You gotta come with your own sauce and stuff like that. You can't, steal somebody else's sauce and act like it's yours and stuff. So, people need to use their brand to get creative out here, man, and put that work in. Like, you feel what I'm saying? It's nothing. I know people doing remakes and stuff like that, but if that's all you do, then I don't agree
That's
with that.
crazy. Why are you gonna remake something like that? What?
Yeah.
Oh my! He said, if I spend $5,000 on the film, what can I realistically expect in return? We don't know.
It's hard to answer that because it depends on the film.
yeah.
Yeah, your storyline gotta be a
short,
compelling ass
full,
storyline.
what is it?
For real. But
Yeah.
like again,
I
we
mean-
go back to promotion. You have to promote your field. It's a hit and miss. This entertainment industry is a hit and miss. You might collect a bag on this first movie, and your second movie was trash.
I mean, I thought it was very interesting what the gentleman said earlier, though, about how something can hit later on. Like you could have somebody that's in your film that's like not really known right now, but then they turn around and they might get a break, and then they turn big, and now everybody's going back to see their movies, and then now you're getting a return that you never expected. So that is a possibility.
And wait, and that's the good side of something. Now I'm gonna flip the coin. Let's say if one of your actors do something messed up and it's all over the TV, and they find out he's an actor in one of your films. That's gonna make a producer a lot of money too, because you got to also remember sometimes you don't need positive to catapult your movie. Sometimes the negative alone will catapult your movie. Because I've seen people that say, "Well, good publicity will make your movie go viral." The fuck it will. I've seen bad publicity make movies go viral.
Shoot, I need to put this sex tape out there. Hey, that's the case.
Bro,
Whoa, please. Wait a minute.
listen, I feel like all publicity is good publicity when you're a filmmaker and you're in the filming business, because guess what? If people talk good about your movie, people gonna run out and see it. And if they talk bad about your movie, people gonna run out and see it either way.
I got a major question before we get into the deep conversation. Okay, social media is very good, just top of tier. Do y'all base your final decision off a person's social media? Like, say if they constantly negative online, they doing this and the third. Do y'all based off talent, or do you based off their presence? Period. Silk.
In other words, if they're irritating on social media, would you hire them?
Say that one more time. Y'all was both talking at the same time. Sorry.
Okay. Basically, go ahead, Picasso.
All right. If they attract negative publicity, right? Let's say if you got a person who puts up a post, there's always some drama, some negative shit on their page. But they can be a good actor or actress. But every time on their page you see something negative, something's always happening. Do you hire that person?
Nah, I don't mess with people that's negative and stuff like that, because that'll rub off on everybody. That stuff is like, what I'm saying, contagious and stuff like that. So me personally, I just like stay away from this stuff. You feel what I'm saying? And another point is that if y'all want these people to promote your movies, their movies got to be actually good. You know what I'm saying? Because if you do hire these people who do have the big names, they have a brand already. If your movie is not up to par, it's like that might mess up their brand. So that's why they won't promote. But if your movie is actually good and you have a good reputation and stuff like that, they're gonna do whatever you need them to do and stuff like that. Like, for instance, I did a movie with Claudia Jordan and stuff, and she was in the middle of going for the Breakfast Club job with her and Just Hilarious, right? So they didn't decide who got the job yet. So while we was doing the movie, I was like, "Yo, I need you to go on Breakfast Club," and this. And she was like, "Said it does work that way." You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to see the movie first. I have to like the movie first. I have like a brand and stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so I was confident, like, "Nah, you're gonna be good." So you feel what I'm saying? So once stuff was done, you know what I'm saying, she did everything I needed her to do because she felt as if though the stuff was valid. You feel what I'm saying? So you can't get these people, expect them just to do stuff, because whether she's gonna do it or not, I was gonna do my own stuff anyway. You feel what I'm saying? But the fact is that they all have a brand, and sometimes they feel like they're coming down to your level to just get a bag or whatever it is. But if your stuff's up to par, they don't mind promoting. They don't mind being affiliated with that because it makes them look like they don't like it's the same quality and it's a level like that. And you gotta have to spend some money. You can't have the people in the Airbnbs and the stuff. You can't have that type of stuff if you get good response to these people. That ain't gonna go for them. And if they do come, they're not going to promote your movie whatsoever because they feel like it's dumbing down their brand, and they don't want their brand associated with that stuff. Whether they took your money or not, they're gonna take the money. You feel what I'm saying? But they might not want their brand like associated with how they make fun of Tubi movies and stuff. They don't want their name,
They said Tubi. What the hell they made on viral on social media talking about the Tubi actors are not real. Excuse me.
Yeah, man. So they be saying all kind of crazy stuff. So.
I want to commend him on what he said. He said something very slick. I don't know if anybody caught that, but he said producers will dumb themselves down to mess with a lot of actors and actresses just to get a bag. And I don't think a lot of actors and actresses.
Hold up. I said the actors will come down. And so when you're doing independent movies, you trying to get these big people, they might feel like they're coming down a level. You feel what I'm saying? You have to have your stuff up to par. So if they feel like they're coming down, it's like, nah, this ain't down. This is actually up. You know what I'm saying? So you got to have your stuff together before you even go at these people like that. You understand?
Right.
That's what I was saying.
Oh no, I misunderstood. I'm sorry. Actually, I mean you're right about that.
So these people come, man. You gotta have stuff together. You gotta have a crew together. You gotta have everything together. Like when they get there, people gotta carry their bags. They gotta have their own separate place. You gotta put them in a certain hotel. You gotta have your stuff together before you just jump out there and start grabbing people and stuff like that. So I've had a few of these people in my movies, so I've been dealing with them a little bit. So and they all cool. They're regular people like us and stuff like that, but they just have a brand, and they're not gonna put their name on the line for something that's mediocre, to say the least, and stuff like that. So if you got some good stuff and you do the good work and stuff like that, and you take care of them, they'll do you right. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Tiffany. Let's go to basically the social media question before we get back to the originality. Do you base your decision? Go ahead, ma'am. I'm sorry. What'd you say, Tiff?
I did not. I actually, once again, it's my first film, so I actually got my cast based upon their ability to perform and deliver for me for my project, meaning that on talents. I didn't really go and search the social media sites. I had the privy of sitting in on another set and watching some of the actors. I watched some films that some of the actors were already in, and I chose to reach out to one or two of those people, and they did accept the opportunity to be a part of my film. So I did not really search their social media sites, if that's what you're asking. But now I have, for people who did submit, for someone I will in the future, because I think sometimes what they're representing for themselves and their brand could be a positive or a negative with you and your brand. So it just depends on the extent of what they're portraying themselves on social media, because I'm not gonna have anyone that's drama filled or that carries himself in a disrespectful manner, because I have to protect myself and my brand first and foremost. So it could be an A or a B lister, but if it's something that they got going on that I feel as though it may taint my project or my stuff in my brand, then I steer away from it, because there are multiple people who can deliver the same role.
Correct.
Ms. Brown?
Ms. Brown?
I agree with what everybody said. That's true in terms of the negativity. I try to stay away from negative energy, because energy is everything to me. You know, energy is a lot. So if they on social media, real messy and all that, I don't like drama, you know, and they can't. And if I see that, I don't want to mess with nobody like that. Because it only take one person on set. It only takes one, then your whole thing is all messed up, you know, because of one bad person with bad energy on your set. So nah, I wouldn't even book nobody like that. Period.
Director Snipes.
Oh, well.
So we go into the question of basing the last decision on social media versus talent. If a person's negative on, you know, extra ass on social media, will you still book them on your production?
Really, when I start, I write. So like, really, when I write, I look at a lot of these guys' films. Really, that's it. One particular, I look at your film too, Silk. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I look at a lot of them actors that they have on their films, for real. And if I see how they act, yeah, I know from professionalism, from the people that's here that I look at their films, and I'm pretty much like, you know, I don't even know anybody that's here personally, as far as from a standpoint of their films. I look at them and like, oh, they got them. Maybe they, you know, it got to be some professionalism there, because I don't think these people will mess with certain people. And I don't even have to go to their social media. Some I do, but you know, I try to stick with people that's already in films, and you know what I'm saying. I'm not gonna play with them. Like if I see them in certain films and dealing with certain directors, I deal with them in that manner. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Mr. Steph, I see you say, can I be the devil advocate to this question? Yes, you may. I want to hear it.
So playing the devil's advocate is kind of like if anybody in here ever watched like pro wrestling, right? The villain is the most heated person, and they actually make the most money because they get the crowd to boo them the most. So sometimes that person on social media that's being messy, like if you take like a Charleston White or somebody like that, that's basically very controversial, that when he was at first on there, wasn't nobody listening to him. So he started talking outrageous and getting all this controversy. Not everybody listens to him. So I guess you kind of just gotta decide, is it an act they doing for hits, or they really genuine that messy? Because that is true about that energy. But as long as it's kind of like you can, like, you know what, it's just an act. It's just, you know, this and that. So you just kind of got to decipher what that is they're doing.
Right, because we do create characters to draw in attention. That's why I said sometimes all publicity could be good publicity. If you got a messy person on social media that get the views like that, I mean, whenever they log on live, they got like 1,500 people tuning in just to see what they're about to do next. See, somebody like that, that's like a free advertisement. Because whatever he's doing, every day he's drawing in a crowd to whereas if he says, yo, I'm going to be in this movie, guess what? Every day 1,500 people chime into this dude to see what kind of, or female, to see what kind of crazy shit they got going on. That ain't a movie. Those people that tune in every day throughout the week, you do 15 times 7, and you add all that up, he can bring that kind of crowd into that movie. Just by one click of saying, yo, listen, I'm in this movie. So yeah, I mean, it can go either. You have to be careful either way.
I do a lot of skits, right? And I've been noticing with the skits that everybody's been doing these ones that they want to think is real, like the husband getting cheated, getting caught cheating and stuff like that. And they're really making the skits in a way where people actually think is real. And they're getting all the clicks like that. Whereas before, you know, people was doing more of the comedy skits, but they doing them now because like, oh man, so-and-so got, did you believe that happened? And I know some of the people doing the skit, so I know it's a skit, you know, but like people are watching it and they like commenting and they getting a lot of traffic because like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. So it's kind of like they going with the pro wrestling model.
Right.
Okay. We finna go back to lack originality question. We finna go with Miss Tiffany because Mr. Silk already answered it. If every idea you ever had can be traced back to an older, better born film, should you really be called a director or simply a highly paid translator for masterpieces the
Then we ask
American
that.
audience is too lazy to seek out?
I'm gonna be asked that question.
No, Mr. Silk answered that question. Then I went to another question. We're going back to it. Miss Tiffany.
I'm a writer, so I just don't get into trying to copy off of anyone else's things. I just write off of experience and the experience that I know of people. So I don't know. I'm an original person, so yeah.
Okay. Ms. Brown.
Same thing for me. I'm not into biting people's stuff. I got my own style. I can write. I'm a writer, so it's not. I see people biting some stuff from me, but I don't. I don't do it. I pride myself in being original.
All right.
Yeah, I take pride. I take pride in that.
Okay. Director Snipes.
Man, I'm original. I'm original. I really like to write real life stories from people. Now I've been getting booked a lot to write people books, turn their books into movies. I just now take that book and write that movie out. I won't film it though. I had a bad experience with somebody filming. So now I just might write some people film. Like I ghostwrite for a lot of people. Yeah, I ghostwrite for a lot of people. A lot of people who have film that came out. I just take the money. I don't even care for the credit or nothing.
Well, hold up. I'm glad you brought that up. That makes me want to ask you kind of a curve. I want to ask all of you guys a curveball question.
Yeah.
If somebody had a movie that they wanted to be brought to light, can they bring it to you and you'll be possibly able to do that? And if so, how would you be able to do that from your position?
Because at the back on the back end, you can get a percentage anyway. You don't have to, you know what I'm saying? I can just get, long as I don't get my back end, you don't have to put my name on it because you're gonna come back to me again for that same recipe anyway.
But I'm saying if a person comes to you,
so I'm gonna get that back end. I get a lot of back end.
But no, I mean aside the money. If a person comes to you and say, listen, I want you to listen, I got this script, I wrote up the script, or I got this movie I wrote up, and I want you to bring it to life. Would you be able to do that? And if so, how? Like, what would you be able to offer the person? Let's say I'm coming to you. I want you to put together this movie of my biography.
Okay.
Would you be
so first, what we're gonna do? We're gonna sign an NDA, right? And then after we sign the NDA, we're gonna sit down in our room and we're gonna negotiate some numbers.
Okay.
And that'll be the best way to get with me on that type of situation. We sit down and we discuss our numbers, and whatever number me and you come up with, that's the number we're gonna work with. Because everybody might not have that same number. You might not have that budget. Okay. So if so it really, you come to me, you got a budget. You're gonna have to have a budget. Like you ain't got no budget, don't you know what I'm saying?
What is you doing?
Like from the beginning, if you don't got no money, don't need to even talk. Like for what? And there's just the bottom line. Like you don't have no money to talk about that type of stuff. I'm not even gonna waste my time throwing a number out there. You ain't got the money. It ain't no conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next. I want to hear from him.
The lack of originality.
So the one as far as that's concerned, I think if you talking about a foreign film, you still have to like adapt it to the kind of way of the American way. So I haven't really seen a lot of foreign films, so I'm really not sure how that would even take place. Like I don't see how you could just take a whole foreign film and then just bite it all the way to America. You would have to make a lot of changes to the film to actually, make it make sense in America. So I don't think you just a translator. I still think you have to put something into it to make it original and appeal to the American audience.
Okay. We got the hypocritical message. You frequently speak publicly about issues like income inadequacy or political corruption, yet you command enormous fees and production work for massive corporations that embody the very issues you claim to fight. Isn't your entire public persona a sophisticated exercise in moral hypocrisy? Hypocrisy, Jesus. Silk.
Yeah, can you say that one more time, yeah? That was a long question.
You frequently, my bad. You frequently speak publicly about issues like income inequality or political corruption, yet you command enormous fees and produce work for massive corporations that embody the very issues you claim to fight. Isn't your entire public persona a sophisticated exercise in moral hypocrisy?
I don't know. I think people still got to get paid, man. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people they work and stuff, but they don't like what the job be pushing and stuff like that either. But they would still go to work and stuff like that. You feel what I'm saying? I don't really know too much about that. I don't know too much about that stuff. I stay out of politics. Don't have a job, so I just don't know about a lot of that stuff. And I'm on my business. Man. I stay in the cut, man. I don't really got time for that food.
Okay. Miss Tiffany? Tiffany? Miss Iesha?
I'm kind of like Silk on that one because that question is like I don't know how to answer that because I don't know that none of that stuff really pertains to me. I don't understand half of the stuff, so I don't know. I don't know how to answer that, to be honest. Because I don't know what the main thing of that question is asking. Is it asking like you portray yourself one way?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what it's saying? And then you charging you overcharging people this and that. But I don't do that. I don't overcharge them. I mean,
okay.
Nah.
But we gonna scratch that question. We gonna leave it alone.
Yeah,
the overrated masterpiece. Which specific film of yours is universally praised, yet you know deep down is fundamentally overrated, hollow piece of prestigious garbage that only succeed because critics are too afraid to challenge your status? Preach.
That's crazy.
I think I'll be more critical of my stuff than anything. Like one of the people was like, my comedy special that's on my YouTube channel. They was like, oh, it was so good. But then I thought the camera work was crappy. And I was like, that literally, having that camera person literally made, me, that this movie I wrote made me wait to actually find a good camera crew. Because I was like, I can't do that. I can't deal with that no more. So I think I'm too critical of my own work to feel like that.
Okay.
I'm my own worst critic.
All right. Director Snipes.
Oh man. This is what's so funny about that, right? I'm on a lot of movies. But a lot of my movies hadn't even touched the
Picasso, what are you doing?
What the hell? He done put the music on me.
I'm sorry.
He gave you that Oscar exit music. Like, get your.
Yeah, dang, he brought out the wimp, the damn Sandman. He brought out the Apollo.
I need to get the womp. I think we need to get that up. Picasso, stop fucking playing. What's the Snipes on your answer?
But yeah, man, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know how to answer it myself for real. Like, I just don't know how to answer that one. Ask me the question again.
I said, which specific film of yours is universally praised, yet you know deep down is fundamentally overrated, hollow piece of prestigious garbage that only succeeded because critics are too afraid to challenge your status?
Oh my God.
That's a hell of a question.
Yeah, I could name 3 of his fans like that is.
They gonna take me up through there. They gonna take me up through there.
And they,
But look,
and they all on your division.
look, no. The thing is, I had none of my film dropped on the social on the platforms at all. None.
Okay.
Like zero films. I
Okay.
don't. And the thing is, man, like, shoot, man, I'm just on a lot of movies. I just work with a lot of A-listers, man. My name good.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, my name good.
Miss Brown,
My name good, baby.
what you think about that question?
I don't think it's gonna be, because it's not the level of where you're saying that they are too afraid. It's never gonna be that. Nobody's afraid to tell me, hey, this is whack. Nobody's afraid to tell me that. So it's never gonna be a situation. We not, you know what I mean? I can't see that. I can't see somebody being afraid of any of us on this panel to say, you know, to
How they
critique,
feel?
Okay.
you know.
Okay.
The waste of resource question. Okay. Look at the budget sheet for your last film. How do you, as an individual, justify consuming enough capital and resources, crew time, electricity, studio space that you can have fun of a dozen genuinely groundbreaking debut films only to produce another piece of high cost, risk-free mediocrity?
Yeah. See, look, I want to throw in a question. Listen, let's just skip that one question. It ain't gonna be right about them spice this up, right? So let me spice this up a little bit. What is the most favorite thing you guys as producers? What kind of films are you interested in doing that you've never done before? So let's say, has there ever been a film you've been waiting to do that you just haven't done yet?
Man, you know what? Right now I'm working on starting to write inspirational films.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Different, very much so different. I started writing it. I was in the car and I told my old lady to sit down and write what I had her to write, but inspirational films.
Okay, so that's something that you want to get into.
Yeah, that's what I'm on. That's what I'm on right now. Inspirational.
Okay. Next person, please. Anybody? What kind of film have you always wanted to do that you haven't got a chance to do yet, or that you may be in the process of doing?
So I'm looking at doing a docu-series.
Okay. What kind of docu-series, if you don't mind me asking?
So it's basically going to be based on people in different areas of entertainment, like actors, comedians, singers, things like that are kind of like in this area of Atlanta that kind of have like a little, maybe local fame with, stardom, but they haven't, hit the big time, and kind of like the everyday struggles that they have and what they're going through and trying to make it and things like that. Maybe kind of put it into like a 5 or 6 part series or something like that.
Okay. It's not bad.
And Snipes gonna film it.
Right. Right. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. Facts. You took it out my mouth. I was just about to say that's the one I'm filming, right?
Y'all see, I got the commitment on tape now. So
yeah, we already locked in. We locked.
A verbal contract.
We locked in.
It's a verbal contract, sir.
I promise you, we locked in. Yes, sir.
Okay. I got the question. What's your next move? Your next move for 2026? Like just a sneak peek. Don't tell everything. What's your next move?
Any projects coming?
Like what y'all trying to give more people to be speechless about your production? Like what you try to get into?
Oh, hey do y'all watch TED Talks? Y'all know what that is? TED Talks?
Honestly, I don't.
Okay. Well, that's my next move. I partner with the Clayton County Library System. So right now, my next move is to have like speakers. I do this thing called Leading with Stories. We come in, we have a subject, and you speak on the subject, whatever you have, and I'm gonna have a lot of speakers coming in, book writers, authors, directors, storytellers. and they'll be telling their stories and stuff. We'll be filming those, and I'm gonna put it on the network.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Preach.
Yeah.
Well, I already told you what the next one gonna be. Snipes think I'm playing, but we already talked about.
No, I don't.
We know all type of time right now. He's like,
first of all, I had the proof on text right here. I had the receipt. Yes, I had the
receipts.
We locked.
Yep, I had the receipts.
We are locked all the way in.
I even got the price on here. Yep.
We are locked all the way in. You hear me?
Miss Brown, what's your next move?
We locked.
My next move is I'm going to school, so I got accepted to SCAD, and I'm really excited about it.
Right.
And so that's my next move, along with doing everything else. But it's going to set me up, setting me up to where I need to be, because a lot of the time things is all about networking and connections. That's my next move, and I'm really excited about it.
Okay.
January.
Well, my next move, I'm about to step on people's necks. I'm about to show my ass in 2026. This is gonna be the most ratchetest professionalist podcast in the United States. When I say the ratchetest podcast ever, when I say I'm gonna be having people hollering on season 5. Me and Picasso, he already got his work, his shit up his sleeve right now. But we ain't gonna do too much.
Listen, let me let you guys know.
You upload these to YouTube.
It's already it's connected to you. It's live on YouTube right now as we speak.
Let me just let y'all know my next move. My name is Picasso, and I appreciate you guys for having me tonight. But I have to step off the podcast right now, so I want to let.
Oh damn!
Wait, you guys are going to continue with T, but I'm going to remove myself right now. But first off, everybody's watching live. Thank y'all for coming out. We appreciate y'all and all that good shit. My name is Dennis Picasso Cruz. You can catch me in any one idiot street film just about. I'm an actor, singer, all that good stuff. Follow my page, like subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I'm out of here tonight, but please do me one more favor before I go. All these people on the panel, please follow, subscribe, share, like, tune into their films, watch them, support them, because they definitely need the actors get at them, screenplayers get at them. I'm out of here. Later, y'all.
Bye-bye. Is that Miss Tiffany? Miss Tiffany, what's your next move? Is she on her?
She right there.
Oh, there it wasn't at the stage. My bad, Miss Tiffany.
Well, she might be on mute.
I don't know what I said.
She keep popping in and going out.
I don't know what's going on, but yeah, this again, this is gonna be the ratchetest professionalist podcast of the United States of 2026. When I say I got some shit up my sleeve. Yeah, we're gonna bring some more people on. We're gonna do season 5 of the acting industry talk in February. We're gonna start up the waiting list in mid-January, and we finna get some bigger names on here as well. I like the director industry talk. This is my first one. We had a lot of talented directors on this episode tonight. I appreciate everyone that took their time out for these 2 hours to deal with my shenanigans, because we got people that's in Memphis, Atlanta, Georgia. We got New York. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gave y'all authentic message to the audience, if that makes any sense. I work with Miss Brown, and I work with Director Snipes. They putting me in a position to win. See what I'm saying? We trying to get some stuff in order for the making of 2026. There's a lot of stuff that I got going on that I would like to project to the world, but I'm not. My thing is I'm gonna shut the fuck up. I ain't gonna talk there. I'm gonna talk too much. But yeah, we got. I appreciate everyone that been on this podcast for these 2 hours. Mr. Preach, Director Snipes, Iesha Brown, Tiffany Graham, Lamar Bozeman, Felicia Geecheeone, and so on. I appreciate y'all for this situation. We is officially wrapped for season 4 of At the Industry Talk of Taylor Laundry for the year. I appreciate everyone. Please tell Mr. Priest, please tell where everybody to find you and what's to look up for next for what you got going on, that updates on your page, whatever you got going on.
All right, so please go to my YouTube. Trying to get my little 4 followers and subscribers up right now. It's 4 Preach Entertainment. That's where I post my talk show, Behind the Mic. I've got 2 episodes on there right now. I've got 2 already taped, and they're going to be dropping in December. I also got all my comedy skits and my comedy shows on there and things like that. And my trailer's already out for the movie, Better Call Paul. Was going to originally be short, but then Iesha told me I can, fatten it up a little bit and get it on all the panels. So that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Yeah. Coach Brown, baby. That's Coach Brown over there. Y'all don't know that Coach Brown.
Yeah, she getting my ass for this year. I'm finna. Yeah, we gonna preach choir.
I'm telling between Brown and Snipes, I'm finna be a bad mofo. Y'all don't even know, man. Y'all ain't know what's going on.
Yes, like I'm working with them this year. It's gonna be so phenomenal. I get the the proper guidance. It's not just a money grab, if that makes any sense.
Right. Fact.
Because people don't want to listen, and then they could. It's like people like they try to, like, with their kids and be like, man, why my kids don't listen? I'm trying to keep from making a mistake, but then they don't want to listen to other people that have already been through what you're trying to go through and listen to them to keep you from making mistakes. So it's just kind of like, hell, if I can avoid a mistake, I want to avoid a mistake because I ain't got that much money. I'm waiting on my EBT now.
Goddamn.
So I'm finna be working with Iesha Brown real soon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I want
What's the production team?
I want to interview you on my show. I got a show on Facebook, To Be Takeover, where I interview everybody. Like creators, directors, writers, makeup artists, anybody in the creative space. I definitely want to interview you on my show.
But mine was the highest rated show this year that she had when I was on. So just know that when you get on there, it was the highest, most viewed show. So.
Oh shit! Okay.
When you put me on your show?
Huh?
When you put me on your show?
That's what I just was telling you. I was saying
it's on every Saturday. To Be Takeover.
Every Saturday.
Yeah, I have it every Saturday around 6:30. I didn't do it, this past Saturday. So yeah, you let me know, what's good for you, and yeah, we make it happen.
Okay. Well, Mr. Director Snipes, close out on what you got going on, where to find you, what you got coming up.
Yada Vision TV on Instagram, Kenyatta Snipes on Facebook. Yada Vision TV everywhere. Just look me up, man. That's what you got to do. And shit, we got a lot of stuff coming for the first quarter, so just be looking out for that.
Ooh, this first quarter gonna get
your first quarter gonna be nice, and go subscribe to the network. YadaVisionTV.net. Subscribe to the network, man. Yeah, that's what you do.
Okay.
Right there.
When I'm in St. Louis, y'all can find me on Grand Avenue when I'm in St. Louis.
I stay in St. Louis. What you mean on Grand, sir?
Yeah, y'all can find me on Grand Avenue, Grand and Florissant. Y'all can be right in the corner.
First of all, nobody don't want to be on Grand Avenue, sir. No, sir. Everybody finna play with you.
At the Pink Slip.
The Pink Slip not even over is in East St. Louis. We don't have strip clubs over here. They talking about us against the law over here in Missouri, but
So have you
all
made the
niggas
group
go
with
to
us yet?
school.
Have
Huh?
you made the group with us yet? Me, you, and Iesha?
I'm gonna do a Zoom call. I'll make it up, or we just gonna do the Facebook thing. Won't no limitation on it. But Miss Iesha, close out. Do what you got going on. Where to find you? What you got coming up.
Okay, so you can find me on Facebook. It's Iesha Brown, and Instagram, the director Iesha Brown. But it's another Iesha Brown, so you just got to make sure you look at the pictures, and that's how you, because it's another Iesha Brown. She's a filmmaker. That's my girl. So that people get us mixed up. But I'm working on so I got 4 movies that I'm waiting to come out. I think 2 is gonna come out this year, and then 2 is gonna come out first quarter. And then I'm also, like I said, I'm going in production Martin Luther King weekend, the last re-up, ATL 2.0. And I'm excited about that because it was a web series I had on YouTube that did pretty good. And people kept telling me, when you going? I did 3 seasons, and I killed everybody's killed off, man, except for like 2 people. But the people demanded, come on, you gotta bring that back. But I'm like, I relocated from New York to Georgia, and I decided to just do the ATL 2.0. But it's like a whole different. It's way different from the web series, and I'm excited about doing that. So yeah, and then I plan on, like, every other month I got a project. This whole year coming up 2026, I'm coming out the gate swinging like this.
I cannot wait till the last Rio 2.0. I'm gonna show my ass. I can't wait. But we is wrapped for season 4 of Tainted Laundry Live and Uncut for the actor and director industry talk. We had over 40 plus interviewees this season. And when I say we was running them charts, running them numbers, them numbers still climbing up. We had some that hit over 1,500 views on for the hour. We had majority of them was getting up there to 1,000. So I'm planning on running up 1 million again next year for my views because I've done it before. 2 years ago, I think we ran up like almost 2 million views on my podcast for the whole entire season, for the whole entire year. So I did good on it. I'm very good with promotion. I got my own promo company. I do a social media analyst. I do custom t-shirts, embroidery. I am now finna start DTF. That's direct to film when it comes to like stuff like this, those on shirts that's smooth, like with sublimation stuff of that nature. That services will be available in December. My embroidery is finna come back. I'm also an actress. My first movie I'm about to direct and everything, that's going to be in March. Miss Iesha and Mr. Director Snipes, they're going to be guiding me and going to be helping me produce and direct this film. So I'm very excited for the first quarter. I'm a director now, I can say. Yay! But this is going to be an excellent year. Next week we going back to the regular program. We back to Thailand. So y'all want some laughs? Y'all want some giggles? Y'all want to sneak in? We got, a fabulous cast. We still need probably 2 more co-hosts for season 5, and we is off the radar for co-hosts for the year unless somebody don't want to do it no more, whatever the case may be. But right now we is officially wrapped. I appreciate everyone that's been on this podcast tonight, and make sure y'all like and subscribe. And we go from there. We is out. Bye.
All right. See y'all later.
Thank you.